Because I was asked to, I was, but I didn't know what time it was in.
Yeah, maybe we should
Tonight.
start having
Tonight.
them use their names.
I was instructed. Work. Dollar an hour.
Oh, yeah, cool, nice to be with you. That's cuter than I thought.
And said, sure.
Since we make the.
At least it's in the way of age.
That looks nice.
T-shirt which came really quick and huge, by the way. You know, that one's sharp. That's the nice one. That's my shirt. No, you're still. Oh, I'm gonna take that chair now. Oh, there you got it. I wish we had just ordered these. Except for she's a little see-through.
We're a tank top under.
We're
We're a tank top under.
Oh, yeah, but I was surprised. Wait, have you looked at this? This is what I'm talking about. That's in place. So the one thing that I can see doing is. There's like a 30 minutes and I feel like. Oh.
No, I don't
I
remember.
don't
seeing that.
remember. I don't remember.
Rich.
Okay.
When they do call you.
Well, and
Yes.
I know one just yes.
But first.
Check out.
And you come up here down for pianos, we got the good.
You know, if Amanda's.
She said she was.
Better come. Whoa. Give it a minute or two and see if she shows up.
Oh.
Did it says 6:30.
On
Oh,
her
wait.
post, it said 6 o'clock.
Okay, I know, but on the agenda it said 6:30, so I almost didn't get here till 6:30 because. I thought.
Wow. Let's see what we.
Because I looked at that today and I went, oh, it's at 6:30. So I thought I was gonna be early for once in life.
Looked at it, but I looked
I'm
at
gonna be late
it
to my own
quickly.
funeral. I am. Swear to God.
I would say better than early.
Huh?
Better than, than early.
Well, that's true. That's a very, very, very true statement. Here.
Okay, just making sure.
Sorry. Didn't realize it would been faster to walk from home with Trevor.
I can.
I just said if you want to come back, just in case, just sit there.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I would recommend
Okay,
to number 5 and
okay.
so that we're not judging content.
Okay. Do you wanna put your recommendations to that and want me to email it to you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Ready? All right, we will call to order the Lamberton City Council emergency meeting at City Hall for October 30th, 2025 at 6 o'clock. First thing is additions or deletions to the agenda, which we really can't do anyway, so somebody
I'll
want
make a motion to approve this.
A second.
motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. General business, resignation of Public Works Director. We all got that. And I did reach out to Justin today to see if there was anything possible, and the general answer was no. So,
I did as well.
We do the motion to accept it now, or do you want to wait till the regular meeting, or what do you want to do?
well, I think if we're gonna advertise for it, we pretty much gotta have the vacancy, but is that,
That's what I would understand it.
I guess I'll make a motion to accept his resignation then.
I'll second.
motion and a second? Any other discussion on it? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. So then we've got a job description for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you guys had it so that.
I don't know if there's anything. What's that?
Why did you?
I would,
I don't,
this isn't a meeting for public comments.
yeah, and his letter really doesn't say. But. Does anybody have anything in here that they would
I thought it looked.
want to change?
No, hadn't seen anything.
So the obvious question that I have, and it's a good thing Matt's here, because you might be able to help with that. You know, years ago, we used to require people to be on the ambulance. And we were told we can't do that anymore, which I'm fine with. But can we incentivize while they're at least, and I realize that we, you know, part of the deal is we can't make them join the ambulance service necessarily, but can we incentivize them to?
Yes, you can incentivize during working hours, hypothetically, you could essentially require or some sort of commitment to that, but outside of working hours, then no, essentially.
Can I ask how that would work when you pay somebody already to be on it? And do other jobs, how
So
do you
that-
identify it for others?
That's the challenge, so.
And I thought that was why we
Right.
were good with.
Right. Here's what I will say. Absolutely, it makes sense to want someone who's in town to be on the ambulance crew. By the same token, the maintenance supervisor position is a full-time position that has more than enough work.
That's what.
And so, my general advice would be, if that's an important aspect of the job, being on the ambulance, I would add it to the position description that you have here. We'd probably need to reevaluate the pay structure and the grade and all of that as a result. And you could add that, and then that would be part of the job description. If it's just a bonus thing that we'd like to have, then I think we need to just treat it as a bonus thing that we'd like to have as opposed to requiring it. So.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going with it is I don't know the amount. I think we used to do, what was it, 75 cents?
No idea.
I'm not sure anymore.
But, we would just pick a dollar amount, and if they took call while they were working, they would get that. But just a thought, so.
And that's.
I would want to advertise without it, and if we hire somebody and they're interested, we can go down that,
Right, those things can be negotiated at a later date.
so. Yeah,
Was there any talk on the next bullet points? Of water, snow, pool?
No. Just if you wanted him, you would have to ask him and tell him. But he thought, well, if you guys wanted to go elsewhere, be a people service or try to find somebody to cover it, you can.
I think if we get the advertisement out there. And we've got, what, a week and a half till the next meeting, 10th? Some of that we can. Find out what his. Ideas are as far as compensation or helping or,
That's up to you guys, if you wanna look at him or if you wanna look at others, that's up to you.
well, I'm thinking both, but. But,
Our biggest concern is going to be the water. I mean. Tyler can plow. It won't get done quickly. It won't be pretty, but it can get done. I mean, we haven't had much snow since he started, but when he has had to do a snow event on his own. Takes him a good chunk of time because there's a lot, but it can be done. It's just the state requirements on the water is what's gonna get you.
And when we're saying water, we also mean sewer, correct?
Right, water and sewer.
Yeah, which are two separate licenses.
May I make a comment, please?
No,
Oh,
it's not a public comment.
our city attorney's telling us not to take comments and
This is an emergency meeting. We are limited to the business of the emergency meeting.
You cannot speak for the employee.
I'm sorry, that we are limited to the agenda for the emergency meeting. Public
This
comment
is
is,
part of the,
public comment is not on that.
well, this is not public comment. This is comment between Justin and I 20 minutes ago.
I appreciate that, and you can certainly communicate with.
Well, I'll take my chances on going to jail. 20 minutes ago, the man just told me that he had an offer on the table with Lydell, and I trust that that happened. And now I have nothing here. You think Justin would lie to me? I give up. I want you people to know
no,
Justin had an offer on the table here.
no, he didn't. Again, I contacted Justin today and I asked him a few questions and he basically told me no.
Same thing you told me.
So move on. Okay, so we're back to job description. And I can't make an offer, by the way, anybody, I cannot make an offer by
None of us
myself.
can.
We all need to remind everybody of that. And the other employees also. Is one council person or the mayor cannot decide anything by themselves or do anything. They can't hire, they can't fire, they can't discipline. They really shouldn't even be given direction. The council as a whole does that. Which means 3 out of 5 votes. So
Well, the only reason we're here.
if we're not,
Into the job description.
probably,
Which I think looks good. I would make a motion to approve the job description.
I would second that.
got a motion and a second. Any other comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
By opposed? Motion carries. So advertising,
So I had just put two just examples of what we can do. I would like to advertise on the Minnesota Cities and the Minnesota Rural Water Association websites as far as grabbing the clientele that we want to, try to.
Qualified.
Right, I don't know. Other avenues, I don't know if it pays to do like Indeed or anything. Doesn't hurt, I guess, but that's up to you guys, what you want.
That can be hit or miss, cause you can get some. Super out there. Right, but it is free. It is, when you do the free one, yes.
My recommendation, and I've worked with other cities who've hired this same position.
Okay.
There is generally speaking a dearth of candidates. There's not usually a lot. Advertise as far and wide as you can.
Okay.
So Indeed, throw it in county papers, neighboring county papers, etc.
is that covered or we need to get more specific?
I guess I'd wanna be, on newspapers. I don't know, you do Wyndham, Redwood,
Marshall, maybe.
Marshall. You do know,
Guam.
do those.
All right,
City website, obviously, not like that's gonna generate the.
what is the League of Minnesota Cities? on here.
Yeah.
To advertise.
Oh,
yeah.
Minnesota League Cities.
Water.
Yep.
I missed that part. And, yeah, the rest of these bullet points, it's basically by the next meeting, we can see what Justin's thinking as far as,
The way you said,
and,
he wants us to come to him with, he wants us to come to him.
okay, well,
So we need to find out how much things are, how much it would, what we're willing to offer. That's the way it sounded, is that,
He did mention today, like water. He said, well, it's gonna be like $1,500 a month. You know,
Do we wanna see
So
who applies if we get any qualified candidates before we start discussing those last 3 points?
no, we've gotta come up with options, cause we can get to the apply date and not have anybody we want. And then we're gonna be scrambling, so we need to at least come up with options, in my opinion.
So my recommendation, especially for the water and sewer licenses, so for those not familiar, that's like a 3-year process or up to a 3-year process. They have to pass a test, they gotta pass a second test, that it steps up over time. So if you get someone, and again, in my experience, finding someone who already has those licenses is rare. And so you may very well get someone and their job will be conditioned on progressively passing those license exams over time. So you might be having someone for 3 years providing the water licensure, coming in, a couple times a month to complete the paperwork, because it can only be completed by someone who has the proper licenses. So my strong recommendation with regard to specifically water and sewer is getting quotes from providers who can do that. So People Services is one entity that can do that. There are some engineering. I would talk to Bowling to see if they have any other recommendations of who can provide those services. Obviously, if there's someone in the community, Justin or whoever, that has those licenses, check with them to see but I would recommend getting quotes, because given that timeline, we could be looking at something that's over the minimum, the 25,000, where something has to be bid anywhere, or not bid, but you need multiple quotes. So I would say throwing more on your plate, Val, but if you could have a couple of quotes at the next meeting, that would be helpful.
I do know Paul Plates does it also.
where's he out of?
Walnut Grove, Lucan, somewhere. I can get you the number.
Yeah, he works for, I think it's Minnesota Rural Water, actually. that
It's
he
rural
works
water
for.
now. He used to with Wabasso.
I just know he does some of the emergency stuff for some of the towns that this happens to.
Anything else on that? And so as far as advertising, are we gonna set a date or
I guess I would,
see what comes in and take? We do the
I would,
until filled thing, or?
do until filled, but. I saw one recently that said,
until filled does give you a little bit more flexibility because you can interview as you go.
yeah, the one I
Right.
saw, it said it gave it like 2 weeks and
Yeah.
then we'll start interviewing after this date, but open until full. So I don't know if you want to give a date and then open until filled, or if you want to just we can interview as we go, or. I feel like we should have some sort of date so that if somebody's on the edge, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, that's a deadline that they have to apply for.
We can always do 2 weeks and then renew it as open until filled. To extend it if we need to, if we don't have enough candidates within 2 weeks or find somebody that we feel is a fit.
You should advertise Lamberton with the new school and all of this type of thing,
So
lure somebody with them.
We're not
I
taking
would do
public
week.
comment. Tom, we're not taking public comments. We're not taking public comment.
You just did,
I didn't.
From who?
you came late.
Oh,
November 14th, do you want to go that?
Friday, the 14th. That gives everybody a couple weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
Now with this one, and I think we did it before, yeah, we did it before, where it's a full council interview because of the position type.
Department heads that's kind of the way we've been doing it,
Yep.
the department heads. Everybody is all right with that?
Yep.
Yes.
So we got anything else in the certified pool operator thing? We got some time to worry about that.
I was looking at that a little bit today, and a lot of it seems like it's online.
It's been 30 years since I did it, but it was 2 days or 3 days up in Minneapolis at a course or something, and then you had to pass the test.
So,
But it's probably changed because a long time ago. All right, anything else? We got regular council meeting on November 10th, 2025 at 6:30. And we normally do take public comments on regular council meetings. So, somebody want to do a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. They opposed, meeting adjourned.
Ask for somebody with credentials and say how it's a new school, that'd be the perfect place for a young family.
Well, we shouldn't be having to do that.
I would just encourage people to run for city council. To be involved.
I mean, we kind of have an emergency situation right now.
Oh, yeah, we do.
So is there something we can do?
Not really. I mean, not unless you know somebody that's qualified that could apply. I mean, that's about it.
Was it and she did let me know.
I mean,
Minute, they haven't done them yet, but it was,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I stopped it. Afterwards, they said it.
They're online, like, they got mine or-
Discussion.
They're all.
is that where it is?
No, it's on the city website.
Like the very end there, a straight shooter, she's straight. She said, thank you. And then, no. But tops. I was basically tops and. So tops is not profit. There's part of base. Is also not. But she was.
Where are you? But see, that's where we wouldn't necessarily.
No, I live down by the all the time. Real life, I don't think we signed one of those.
No, I've seen it.
Well, you're not officially done until November 28th, so we've accepted.
Right.
But like I said, I reached out to him today. Yeah, so and I made him some things I was willing to try, but I did not make it any longer. Cause I can't do
It's
so.
no longer employed.
Well, he is until November 28th.
That's. I have a.
They should be signed.
Yeah.
And the pump. That was.
Yes, so,
That's my aspect.
yeah, and I guess everybody else here don't need to know that, but yeah. He is here until November 20th.
Okay.
Yes. Because with being in exempt position, I guess they have.
No, they just.
You know,
Thank you.
You bet. I figured he'd have to cover
Yeah, so.
the time frame, so. Well, that's answers my question. until we go forward with this,
And then the other.
biggest concern I had.
We're gonna have to.
You're welcome to make comments to me now.
Where do you want this?
I can't really help you.
On the back there. I hope Larry News is gonna be getting my chance.
Huh?
I didn't sell how many papers. And we got one of them back.
I would assume that.
Compared to Redwood Falls.
I would assume that.
Tough.
So,
I was trying to just be.
well, we couldn't hear anything they were saying. Everybody was talking down here. And we were sitting over here, we didn't